Okay, hello everybody. Hope you're doing well. Let's get the show on the road, huh? Not seeing anybody in chat just yet, but if you are watching, I hope you're doing well. We'll just take a second for the game to load up with all the mods and the ENB and yada yada yada. Mr. B, howdy hi, friend. How goes the mod creation? There we go. Let's see, I am running some new hardware here. I upgraded from an i7 7700K CPU to an i9 10850K. So I went from 4 cores, 8 threads of around 4.7 gigahertz overclocked. I think I was getting about 4.8 actually overclocked on that, to 10 cores, 20 threads of like 5 gigahertz on each core. So it's been quite the upgrade for me. I also did set up my Riva tuner here so that I could see what each core was doing. I doubt that Skyrim is going to put a dent in any of it. So as you can see on each core, each thread, I'm running 5 megahertz. Oops. Who just died? I have no idea. Getting a solid 60 frames per second. The way that I have my fans in my case configured, I did get a new case, by the way. It's the Lian Li LAN Cool 2 Mesh, which has great airflow. But the way that I have the fans configured, I have the CPU radiator in the front sucking cool air into the case. But of course that cool air goes through the radiator, and then it becomes warm air inside the case. So my GPU is running a little hotter than I would like it to. So I'm going to reconfigure that this weekend and see if I can get cool air for the GPU, and then, you know, that warmer air, the CPU can handle the temperatures. Obviously, running at 60 Celsius there. But yeah, that's my hardware update. Let's see, last time, oh geez, it's been a while because of Baofish's stream. It's been a couple weeks. So what did we do last time? I think we finished up at the college, and we decided to come here to the Bard's College. We decided to come here to the College of Winterhold to work on our illusion skill a little bit and see if that doesn't help with our speechcraft some. So this is the first field trip, and this poses some serious challenges for a permadeath at low levels. I'm thinking there is 2, maybe 3 really scary areas here. The first one being that sort of circular room where all the Draugr kind of come to life. And we do have Tolfdir to help with that. And then, of course, we're going to have Lucy and Belrand. There are a couple of runes, I think, that could go splody on us and kill us outright if we're not super careful and vigilant about where those are. And let's see, there is the fight with Juric. That is going to be pretty hairy. But I think that is what we need to be ready for. Everything else should be fairly straightforward.
And here we all are. Shall we step inside?
So let's do some roleplay here. I think that Karin J here is feeling pretty confident after his fight with Olaf, the One-Eye, and then the Wolf Queen as well. So he's probably feeling a little bit indestructible, even though we faced certain death there numerous times before we kind of yeeted our way out of there and let our companions, our followers, handle it. So he's probably riding high on those successes. But he still wants to know what's going on here at the Sarthal. Why are we here? What are we looking for? Yeah, why are we here? What's so important about this place?
We're particularly interested in the prevalence of magical seals placed on the tombs here. It's rather unlike anything we've encountered.
Interesting. So it should be pretty safe, right? Just a field trip to an empty ruin, being excavated. We've had parties go in before us. No problems. All right, this should be a walk in the park. What are we looking for?
Anything. Anything at all that might be of interest. That's why I adore this location. We have no idea what we're going to find. And if along the way my message about the dangers of magic should happen to sink in for a few students, that would be a happy coincidence.
There is no danger in magic. All right, let's go.
All right. Please stay close to me.
Working on your food mod for Enderall. Ooh, awesome.
But it's always better to be cautious.
Sorely needed, I think. Yeah, I should go ahead and just throw down a Wabbajack for Enderall. Get into it. I've done a lot of good work on my backlog lately. I've recently gotten through Prey from 2017. That game was awesome. I blew through it like 3 different times, trying to get all the different abilities and stuff, and I love an immersive sim, and that's a shining example of it. Resident Evil 7 in the bag. Alien Isolation also.
Not much is known about what happened.
Let's see. There we go. There were a few more on the list too. Metro Exodus. So I have Resident Evil 8 coming out on May 7th. So having just finished up Prey, I think I'm going to focus on Skyrim and Fallout 4 for a couple weeks until that comes out, and then maybe Starfield will be announced by then. No questions here. What do you want me to do?
Ah, yes.
So I'll have to readjust what my game schedule is going to be after that, but
he's one of our scholars. Cataloging our finds.
Now might be a good time to take on Enderall if it doesn't bork my my Skyrim install at all. I'll have to look into it.
Enchantment is irrelevant. If you find anything, the class can look it over. Now let's see. What shall we have the rest of you do? Ormond, please search that area over there.
Just want to make sure that they're not getting a better task than us.
Alive or undead? Zizargo, what shall we have you do? Why don't you verify that we're the first ones here? Look for any amount of tampering with the tombs. All right, everyone. Let's be careful, but have fun.
Oh, you guys are all in my way. So we have to work with Arniel Gain, who is kind of a twerp. Get the feeling nobody really likes him. So this task is not the greatest, but, you know, we'll make do. Oh, one thing I wanted to do was check my hotkeys to make sure, because it has been a couple weeks, I want to make sure that everything is working correctly. So healing potion should be just one click of the down button on the directional pad. And then we have Rapturous Trance, which I think is 3 clicks, and then Fury, which is 2 clicks. Does that look like Fury? Yes, it does. And that is Rapturous Trance, and that is my shield. Another thing that I wanted to check is I felt like I wasn't getting block canceling with the buckler. Nope, this looks good. Might have just been a script lag at the issue at the time.
I hope that when I die, I don't end up as a shambling corpse.
Me too, Hell's Bells, me too. Ah. Here's our resident loser.
Well, certainly none of this will benefit my research.
Well, at least he's got better hair than he usually does. He's got that going for him. Tolfdir sent me to help you out.
What? Ah, yes, you. I remember you. You're going to help? That's fine. Just don't make a mess of my work. I've only looked through a portion of this section. You can look around in the chambers just north of here. Try and be careful, all right? We don't want to damage anything.
Okay, so we're looking for some magical artifacts.
Sorry, dust.
Yeah, no kidding. As someone who can breathe underwater, that's dust is not doing my lungs any favor either. Well, there's a magical ring there, might be interested in. A soul gem. Of course, something tells me they already found that one. I don't know if I consider that a magical artifact or not, but... Getting some funny frame timing on this. Let me just check out my...
Ah, Draugr! Oh no, it's just you.
Yeah, no, seems to be fine. Probably just something funny in the way that I'm running this dual monitor setup with stream going on one screen and then the game going on the other. Actually, it looks better in third person. And there's the last ring there. And we got this strange looking thing. Uh-oh. That doesn't look good. Neither does that. I think poor Lucian just got impaled by the gate there.
Ancient lords and their traps,
What in the world was that racket? Is everything all right?
No. I am freaking trapped in here. Can't you see that?
How in the world did that happen?
Well, I pulled this amulet off the wall, and these gate things zapped up and killed my friend Lucian.
Really? Perhaps the amulet is important somehow. Is there some way you can use it?
Oh, well, I don't know. Let's see. Oh, Lucian's looking better. Okay. That makes me happy. Okay, let's put on this amulet. Am I already wearing an amulet? I don't think so. Of course, 3% spell reduction.
Some kind of resonance. You and the wall. It must be connected to the amulet. I wonder, what effect might your spells have?
I wonder too. Oh. You're a genius, Tolfdir. Genius!
Part of me feels maybe we shouldn't be here.
Nah, we were meant to be here.
Please be careful here. The site isn't entirely secured.
Did you see that? That was kind of awesome, right?
Well, would you look at that? This appears to lead somewhere. Let's see where it goes.
Let's, shall we? I think Belrand already charged ahead. Scouting the area, good man. Worth every septum I paid you.
Read these
Highly
carvings.
unusual.
Who
and very
knows what
interesting.
secrets we'd uncover?
If y'all could stop talking over each other, that would be great.
We should move in here. Said no one ever.
Ha! Good one. What do you think about
What's
this place?
on your mind?
Why in the world would this be sealed off? What is this?
Right behind you.
Nothing to say, huh? Except that you want to move in here. Not. Okay. What next, Mr. Wizard?
Hold, mage, and listen well. Know that you have set in motion a chain of events that cannot be stopped. Judgment has not been passed, as you had no way of knowing. Judgment will be passed on your actions to come, and how you deal with the dangers ahead of you. This warning is passed to you because the Psijic Order believes in you. You, mage, and you alone, have the potential to prevent disaster. Take great care, and know that the Order is watching.
Well, that was weird.
I swear I felt something rather strange just then. What just happened?
It was like some sort of ghost or spirit or something. It talked to me. Actually, it happens a lot more than I care to admit.
I'm afraid I didn't see anything. Can you tell me more about what you saw?
Well, it said something about danger ahead, blah blah blah, Psijic Order. Does that make any sense to you?
The Psijic Order? Are you quite sure about that? That's very odd. And danger ahead? Why, that doesn't make any sense at all. The Psijics have no connection to these ruins, and no one's seen any of their order in a long time. Perhaps we should take a look inside these coffins. Now, please do be careful. Who knows what we're going to find?
Yeah, this sounds like a great idea. Been here before. What's the Psijic Order, by the way?
They were a group of mages with a history that predates the Empire. Very powerful, very secretive. No one's seen them in well over 100 years. They vanished, along with their sanctuary on the Isle of Artaeum. I have no idea what connection they'd have to this place.
Alright.
Until next time.
Okay, here we go. Come back here.
We make quite a team, eh?
Yeah, that wasn't bad, actually. This is one of the spots that I was worried about here a little bit, just because with this many teammates, these cramped quarters can become quite treacherous if you can't make a quick, like, quick release. What the hell am I talking about? Retreat. Quick retreat. But that worked out quite well. We didn't get accosted by Restless Draugr immediately, which helped a lot. Well, you're not pulling the lever. Somebody's gotta. Okay. This room kind of scares me a little bit. Let's let Tolfdir go first.
Did you hear that?
No. Hear what? Oh, that. Okay, let's be careful here. Try not to take point.
Thought I heard something.
We'll let Tolfdir be the pin cushion. Looks like Belrend has that guy. Oh. Haha!
That's how
A bardic
true
flourish.
Nordic fights.
To end the Draugr. Never know when you might need the arrows. They don't cost any encumbrance, so...
I've never seen anything like this in Nordic ruins before. Why, just look at all these coffins.
We might
This
take a
bears
follower
closer
that needs some
inspection.
arrows at some point.
I've never seen anything like this in Nordic ruins before. Why, just look at all these coffins. This bears closer inspection. I'd like to stay a while and examine this. You, however, should press on. You
Yeah.
can find whatever this vision of yours mentioned.
Teacher of the year
Very
over here.
dangerous. Be careful. Go on ahead.
Sends a brand new student on by himself in a dangerous haunted ruin. Tolfdir. Trying to teach us of the dangers of magic, and then he's like, yeah, go ahead. Careful, you might die. Gee, thanks. Good thing I got a little bit of an entourage here. We'll do some grave robbing. We're not above that. Okay, I think we're coming up on some runes here in not too long. But first we gotta take care of these Heidi Draugrs here.
Only a fool
Nice
like
lunge.
yourself gets surrounded.
Alright, we gotta level up so we can use that tactic. Oh, yep, there's the rune. Kaboom. Alright, gotta keep our eyes out for those. Because that could get, that could be deadly in an instant. Okay. Here's some more raspy breaths up there, and we're gonna have to be careful. Oh, there's one. There's another one.
Why don't you stay dead? Hey, careful. True Nords never back down.
The bash somehow targeted Belrand. The auto-targeting in Skyrim leaves a lot to be desired. I kind of wish they would have just opted for a lock-on mechanic, where you can visibly see...
What was that?
The NPC that you're targeting. Instead, they do this like invisible, behind-the-scenes targeting.
Went pretty well.
And more often than not, it seems to target friendly, friendly NPCs instead of the enemies that you're trying to actually hit. It's really annoying. Anything good on these guys? Doesn't look to be. Okay, so we're holding our own against the Restless Draugr here, at least with some backup from our friends. That's good, that's good.
It's strange to think that some of my own ancestors might be buried in here.
Yeah, you could be chopping up Granny. Think about that. Or don't. We're gonna need you, Belrand. Let's see. I don't think there's any way we can open up an adept level chest, either with bashing or lockpicking. Yeah. So that's a bummer. I do like running the lock overhaul whenever I can, though. You do end up getting quote-unquote lock-blocked every now and then. Especially with the Thieves Guild, where a quest goal is locked behind a high-level
Think of the
lock.
science, Lucian.
And it becomes impossible to pick that lock or get it open.
Not undead lurking around every corner.
So you have to either disable the lock overhaul for that moment or, you know, just cheat your way through it. But other than that, I really enjoy, you know, needing to invest in lockpicking in order to reap the rewards that are in some of these locked chests. Makes it a little more worth it, I think, in my opinion. I kind of wish Skyrim had a mechanic like Fallout 4 where you simply couldn't open the lock without having the proper perk to unlock it. But skill locking is
to Skyrim, they said. It'll be fun, they said.
It's a nice
There won't
trade-off.
be any horrible ancient
That works just fine.
Nordic zombies, they said.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. Are you talking about me? Don't be a weenie, Lucian. You're just Draugr. Ouch!
We make quite a team, eh?
Now, I should have a stagger pulse that goes out on these kill moves like this so that doesn't happen. I do want to double check that real quick. Maybe I missed it. Nope, it's in there. I think he just got the swipe in before that 1 second triggered the pulse. That's alright, we'll have to keep an eye on that. Might become an issue, but I think we'll be okay. The hundreds of hours that I have with violins, it hasn't become an issue. Okay, now this might be the easiest puzzle in the game, because the answer to the spinny thing is just right behind it there. So, just have to make sure that it matches the wall that it's up against. And we should be able to go right in. Voila! Okay.
Looks like we're in a Nordic ruin. Hope that the Draugr won't be chewing on our bones. Be-dum-dum-dum.
You know, a lot of characters that I play would find that very annoying, but I think Karin J here, being a bard, is super into it. There is a mod just like that made for LE, though, lockpicking. Yeah, I think I've seen that mod, and it's probably super easy to port over, but the problem that I had with that mod was that it wasn't compatible with Ordinator. In fact, I don't think Ordinator really has the vanilla perks to make locks of different levels easier, does it? Oh, this is a white. Let's let Belrand take point on this one. Alright, we're going to have to conserve our stamina. We need to be able to dodge, and we need to be able to bash. Well done, Belrand. My god, you're a badass. That's why we call you Hell's Bells. Even though nicknames are supposed to be maybe less syllables, so they're easier to say. I think it's worth it. Porting is easier and wouldn't be hard to adjust it for Ordinator. Just replace the vanilla perk with the appropriate perk in Ordinator. Okay, and I have made Ordinator patches before. There was the exploding traps, which I also had to port from LE. The recipes for those and the perk requirements needed to be adjusted. So I do have experience doing that. Might be worth looking into, actually. There are a lot of... Okay, here's some more runes over here, too, that we have to be careful of. I do like the other little features that come with the lock overhaul, though, as far as, like, bashing and using magic to blast them open. Wow, that had a big radius on it. Which makes me kind of worried about this one here, because it's going to be kind of hard to... Okay, that didn't trigger. Alright, Belrand, you're going to be the death of me here, you know that? There we go. So, I don't know. I'll look into it. It might be worth it. When I settled on lock overhaul... Yeah, bashing in particular. Most magic overhauls or magic packages, spell packs, they do have a lock breaking spell of some sort, if not several. But yeah, it's the bashing that is the good stuff there. Okay, this trap. Okay, this is easy if you know the trick here. You just got to find the pillar that moves all of them and do that one first. I think it's this one. Yep. So that one's in place, and then the next one moves 3, and it doesn't move the original pillar. So let's get that one to match. I've seen people on stream and videos just spending way too much time on this trap here. Or not this trap, this puzzle. But it's really super simple if you know the trick. Back to the shield. I think we're rune free from here on out. But I think we also have Juric coming up very soon. We have this pressure plate here. The Tolftir always triggers. That goon. Nice helmet. Maybe Lucian would like a fancy helmet to protect his noggin. I feel like in an older version of Apocalypse there was a teleportation spell here. And since I've updated, I haven't seen it again. Alright, so all my followers have the light foot perk. Tolfdir, however, does not. I wish there was a mod for that. Okay, he missed it. Good, good. There probably is a mod for it, I'm guessing. But you don't want something that just disables pressure plates and traps for every NPC, because then your own traps wouldn't work. And that would suck. Alright, just in case we get some kind of like scripting bug or something here, it happens sometimes. Do a quick save. Alright, moment of truth.
Look at that. I never imagined we'd find something like
Gotta make sure I have my whole troop here.
Why is this buried so far?
Lucian's
within
up there mixing up
Sarthal?
a potion or something, of course. Hopefully Belrand is enough to keep Juric from tanning our hide.
Is someone there?
He's looking right at me.
There you are.
Get him, Belrand. Hell's bells.
Keep it busy. I'll try to
Lucian,
drain some
you
of
good?
this power.
Alright, dumbass.
I'll carve you into pieces.
How's Belrand doing? Not great.
There. Now attack.
Alright. Looks like he's got a little bit of a flame cloak. I'm trying to keep my distance. Oh, that was way too easy. Alright. Ah! Okay. Forgot about that. Oh, my last character suffered his permadeath on a delayed magical explosion as well, so that really stopped my heart there for a second. Woo. Alright. Juric's Amulet Fragment. How about that? Magic skills are 10% more effective and increase 10% faster. Yes, please. This Writ of Sealing. That looks like some bard fodder there. What do you think, Belrand?
We've stopped. What is it?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask you. You have any idea what this thing is? Your blank stare and lack of dialogue options would indicate that you do not.
Is there anything else you need?
Ha. How long do you got? Ooh, a staff, huh? What does the staff do? I am running Zim's immersive artifacts. Target takes 25 points of damage and twice as much magic damage. That's nice. Yes. I'm using the skills from Vanilla Oblivion classes. I decided on Bard based on what Unbound gave me from a random start. Lucian, are you still up here mixing spells? Or mixing potions? Ugh. What a slacker. All of that, and he was just up there boogering away at that alchemy table.
Look at this craftsmanship. These old halls fill some folk with dread, but as a Nord, they fill me with pride.
Just look at that!
Yeah, right?
Fascinating. So deeply fascinating.
Yeah, and you missed the whole, magical Draugr fight that almost killed me with his delayed explosion.
Be prepared to defend yourself.
You got any idea what this thing is?
I have no idea.
So
This is
yeah,
amazing.
Oblivion Bard
Absolutely
is
amazing.
alchemy,
The Archmage needs
illusion,
to be informed immediately. He needs to see this for himself. I don't dare leave this
bladed
unattended.
weapons, which I
Can you
just
return
took
to
as
the college
one-handed
and
for
inform
Skyrim because there is
Sarthal
no
of
blade
his
and blunt,
discovery?
as there
Please,
is in
hurry.
Oblivion. Block and light armor and speechcraft, of course. And Oblivion had speechcraft and mercantile split off into their own little things, but Skyrim, of course, streamlines a lot of things, and that's one of them. I don't know. There's always a healthy debate about whether or not Skyrim's streamlining
This is
was good or
simply
bad.
Fascinating.
I think it was good for the most part. There was a lot of redundancy in Oblivion, in my opinion, that could have been scaled down. But there are some things that I miss. Such as things like acrobatics and athletics. You're kind of just pinned into the same movement options throughout the entire game with vanilla Skyrim. At least with Oblivion, you could unlock, you know, higher jump scaling and fall damage that wasn't related to heavy armor perks for some reason. And things like combat dodging was nice too.
But out of respect, let's leave a few coins for the dead.
But I do think a lot of the magical skills really needed to be streamlined, in my opinion. Okay, well, let's see. We are supposed to get to the Archmage, eh? Let's go do that. Okay, so we made it through, which is a bit of a surprise to me. We didn't need too much help from our companions. I think what we're going to do to increase the tension a little bit is we are going to drop off Bellerend. I think he is right about at the end of his rope of what he'll do for 500 septims. Ooh, some good stuff here. And I think this encounter with Juric is going to take his reverence for these Nordic ruins a little bit further. And I think he's going to rethink his mindset on, you know, plundering these ancient Nord ruins. Yeah, the attribute system is a good call on that too. I can see where they were going with the thought process on dropping those there as a gameplay perspective, or from a gameplay perspective. The attributes really aren't needed, but yeah, as a fan of more old school RPG, and I don't really play tabletop, but I'm sure I know enough about them that, you know, the attributes and
More than there are houses.
sort of the deep stat system would be important to somebody who is into tabletop RPGs. Yeah, I do kind of miss that depth that added. Especially for like a barbarian class, where it's like he's very reliant on his athletics and just general physical conditioning. Not having something like that in Skyrim kind of hurts a little bit. And I just want to make sure that I have my timescale set properly, because that seemed to really take a chunk out of the day for us. I usually run at a timescale of 8, just because the default timescale is way too quick, in my opinion. Skyrim Ava. Great mod for utilizing attributes. I will look into that. Thank you for the heads up on that. For things like these permadeath stream plays, I don't think I would like them as much. Ooh, what's going on here? Oh, is this one of the wolves that we encountered? But for my own roleplay purposes, and if I meet an untimely demise here with my bard, I'll show you my setup for my just plays, I guess, or roleplay profile. It might be worth it for that. On that profile, I'm running things like, you know, the not-so-fast College of Winterhold mod, and more Radiant quests for companions. Things that kind of prolong that experience a little bit more. I would run the... Am I going the right way? There's the Sea of Ghosts. I feel like I'm going the wrong way. There we go. I was on my way to Azura's Shrine there instead of back to the college. Things that slow down the game a little bit more. I would be running the not so fast for the main quest, but I run Skyrim Unbound as my alternate start mod, and it's just fundamentally incompatible with that mod. So you got to pick and choose your battles. At least the main quest, you can kind of force better timing in if, you know, you have a needs mod and your time scale is set correctly. It does take you several days to get from place to place if you're playing right. So the pacing on that isn't quite as rushed as the Mages Guild, anyway. Yeah, me too. I used Live Another Life for a long time, and I do kind of miss the sort of pre-canned starts where it give you like a little story and a little bit of character building to get you started. I also like the leveled loot, or the leveled list for the gear. You can have randomized loot that you start off with, which is great. Skyrim Unbound kind of just gives you what it's going to give you. I think it's scripted to give you certain characters or equipment sets, which I'm sure I can go into the mod and change those up if I wanted, but I would much rather have the freedom of, you know, not being Dragonborn or not knowing if I'm Dragonborn, and the random starts around that attribute that adds a lot of mystery to the game, in my opinion. You know, after having played for thousands of hours, it's hard to be surprised in this game, but Skyrim Unbound accomplishes that. Now you want to play a bard in Oblivion? Man, I loved Oblivion. Before Skyrim came out, Oblivion was my favorite game. I played thousands and thousands of hours of it. But then I recently went back to try to play... Well, not recently. Probably within the last 10 years, I think. After playing Skyrim. So it was probably less than 10 years. But after playing Skyrim, I went and tried to play Fallout New Vegas, which was kind of an extension of the Fallout 3 engine, which was an extension of the Oblivion engine. And it was rough, man. It was hard to play. What are you doing over there, Belrand? So I'm kind of afraid that going back to Oblivion now is going to ruin my nostalgia for the game and how great that was. Uh-oh, we got some conflicts here, it looks like. This is probably WACCF conflicting with Immersive College of Winterhold. I don't know. I'm not going to be spending a whole lot of time in the Archmage's quarters here, but I could go through and just disable some of this stuff, I guess. Just the most egregious stuff, I guess. Hello, Mr. Archmage. I am sorry to intrude or interfere with what you're doing, but I got some important news here.
You are relatively new here, are you not? I have noticed you, but we have not spoken.
Oh, the camera's wigging out. There we go. No, sir, we haven't.
Sir? How quaint. I am
Well, you know,
Savos
I'm Mr. Quaint.
Archmage of the College of Winterhold. I am quite content to see nearly any aspect of magic explored and investigated here. But I do not and will not approve of any research or experiments that cause purposeful harm to your fellow members of the college. Are we clear?
As clear as an unmuddied lake. Hi, Mrs. Strudel. How you doing? Listen, I gotta speak to you about Sarthal.
Please don't tell me that another one of the apprentices has been incinerated. I have enough to deal with right now.
I mean, almost. I stepped on a flaming corpse and almost became incinerated, so that's not too far off from the truth there. But no, we actually found some sort of glowing orb, and Tolfdir wanted you to see it.
I see. I trust that Tolfdir will provide a more specific explanation.
Smoking in the
Thank
corner,
you for
yeah.
bringing this to my attention. Tolfdir normally looks after your little group, yes?
He's huffing the
Since
arcane
he's
fumes over
apparently
there.
occupied, and I will need to see this discovery for myself, I think perhaps you should begin researching the subject.
Oh,
Good
research.
work. The next time you find yourself exploring Nordic ruins, perhaps this will be helpful.
Okay. Magical artifacts I can deal with. So dangerous research must be a problem here. We've been preached to about safety and magic and then thrown into a dangerous ruin all in the same day.
Not often, no. Some risks must be taken, to be sure. I am simply trying
Totally
to
lost
avoid
track of today being
untimely
Saturday.
deaths.
Yeah,
We also
that
must
happens to
make
me
an
too
effort
sometimes.
to avoid worsening what Skyrim thinks of us.
Let's see. Do you know anything about the Psijic Order? There was this creepy dude that stopped time and started talking to me.
Personally? No, not I. One of their number used to advise the Archmage when I was but an apprentice here. But that was a great many years ago, before all the members of the Order were called back to the Isle of Artaeum, and it disappeared entirely.
Well, that's odd, huh? Ugh.
Now, if you'll excuse me.
Let's see. Research really isn't our thing. But I know someone who loves research. Not Hell's Bells. Lucian definitely loves research. Hey, Lucian.
I've been meaning to ask you something. Got a moment?
Sure. What's up?
Look, I know I'm not very good at practical things. You know, combat. I rely on you to win our battles, and I shouldn't.
Well, I
So
rely on
suppose I was
Belrin, so...
wondering, do you think you could train me?
Train you? Alright, blind leading the blind, but I'll show you how I wildly swing my sword around and my tiny little shield.
Fantastic! Can't wait to get cracking.
So what do you know about the Psijic Order?
Ah, you're talking about this mysterious monk who paid you a visit.
Yeah.
I'm familiar with a little of their history.
He wasn't a
Not that
monkey,
there's much
he
to
was
be
an
found.
elf, but, you know.
They're really quite mysterious. What I can tell you is that it was started by a group of Altmer rebels who settled in Artaeum, away from the main group in Somerset and Auridon. Their magic has always been extremely powerful, to the point that they're able to make their entire island vanish from Nirn at will. Members of note include Sothus Sil, Divaith Fear, Vanus Galarian, who started the Mages Guild, and of course Manimarco, the King of Worms. The main
That would be a
point
great
is,
mod, Strudel.
The Psijics are a big deal. For them to be involved with this probably means there's more going on here than any of us understand.
Interesting, interesting. Alright, well, we'll start
Let's
your
get
training
back to
soon.
it.
Let's see, 828. Ugh. Alright, Lucian. I'm gonna let you take point on this research nonsense, but we gotta find Mirabelle here. Which might be a wild goose chase, but we shall see. Mirabelle, Mirabelle, wherefore art thou, Mirabelle? That's a little callback to the Shakespeare conversation that we had earlier. Ooh, that's interesting. Runic Handle Scheme. That's from the Leviathan Axe mod. I haven't followed through on that quest yet, but it apparently is a nice modular war axe that has a little bit of exploration and a quest component to it. You're not Mirabelle. You're definitely not Mirabelle.
Watch what you're doing.
I always watch what I'm doing. So do other people, because I am a bard. Speaking of being a bard, I think tomorrow we'll head down to the tavern and play a new little song about Juric. Do you think she might be up here, Lucian? But as of right now, I don't think we have our perform power available. No, we do not. Yep. Still on cooldown. Hey, Simpa. Glad to see you drop by. We are still alive with our little loot lizard here. We just cleared Sarthal and defeated Juric Galderson. This is Finnis. And now we're looking for Mirabelle. Karin J here does not like research, but he's going to let Lucian do the research part of this. But first we got to find Mirabelle.
There you are. I've been trying to find you. I just wanted to let you know that
Oh,
Connor's
really?
been asking about you.
I love the
I
freckles.
think he's looking for you.
Why would Ancano be looking for me?
I'm not sure. Just, well, mind what you tell him, all right?
I like how Feralda and Brynjolf look the same in this mod list. Is there a problem?
No. Well, I don't think so. Between the two of us, there are rumors about him. That this advisor position he has is a sham, an excuse. That what he's really doing is spying for the Thalmor, trying to feed them information. Whether it's true, I can't say. But it never hurts to be a little suspicious, does it?
Yes. Thank you for the warning.
You're welcome.
We're not a destruction mage. We do
Until
need to
next
get
time.
some illusion training in. And we do have a level
I'm
up.
technically a student here too. I mean, no one seems to be questioning my presence.
That's a good point. I would say yeah. You're a student here. That way you can do all my homework for me and everything, and, you know. I can just do the fun zippity-zap stuff.
I have many important things on my mind. Your concerns are not among them.
Yeah, well, I heard that you were looking for me. And there's a rumor that you're spying for the Thalmor. Leave it to a bard to stir shit up, right?
What? Preposterous. And just the sort of thing I would expect from mages who have nothing better to do with their time. I have made it quite clear that my only role here is as an advisor to the Archmage. I would suggest that you not further spread this rumor.
First of all, I am no mage, sir. I am a bard. Second of all, asking a bard not to spread rumors is like asking a butt not to stink. I just came up with that just now. Anyway. I'd rather not talk to him anymore. Okay. We still gotta find Mirabelle. Let's see. She tends to spend a lot of time in the Hall of Attainment, although I don't know if she actually bunks there. I've seen her both in the Hall of Attainment and in the Hall of Countenance. It's just kind of a crapshoot which one she happens to be in at the moment. Zippity Zap, trademark, for sure. I gotta say, you know, after upgrading my CPU, I have not had any of the little, like, hitches or anything that I had with this mod list, as things were, like, loaded in to memory. It's all been super quick. I'm usually pretty sensitive about frame rates under 60 FPS, and I haven't felt it go under 60 this entire time.
I understand you're the one that found this.
And I was heavily bottlenecked
Sarthal.
on CPU and some other games that are heavily CPU bound. So this was quite a good upgrade for me, I think. What do you know of the Psijic Order, by the way?
No more than anyone else, I don't think.
Oh, great.
They're a very old order. Predated the Imperial Mages Guild by quite a bit. In fact, the Mages Guild was founded in opposition to the idea of the Psijic Order, that only an elite few should have control over magic. No one has seen or heard from them in over 100 years now, though.
Well, as of today, someone has heard of them within a day. Anyway, the Archmage asked me to come see you about this little field trip that we took.
Yes, from what I've heard, I expect Tolfdale will be occupied for some time. That is a problem, isn't it? I suppose someone else will need to look after the apprentices for now.
Yeah, so what should I do if there's no class?
Well, perhaps it's time for some independent study. Check with Urag Groshub in the Arcanium.
With our loot
See if
lizard
he's
here,
aware of
there's
any
never
references to
any
this
class.
thing that you and Tolfdale
Especially with the
found.
songs he's
I'd like to
singing.
know as much as we can about it.
Must be so nice.
If it's not
Came
your
all the way to
favorite
Skyrim
Argonian
just to get away
bard.
from my
Excellent.
family's
Looks like we've got some
expectations.
good old
Well, he's my
fashioned
favorite
search to
Argonian
do.
bard,
My
too.
speciality.
He's not my favorite Argonian
Well,
maid,
that's awkward.
but he is
Sorry
my
to
favorite
spoil that.
Argonian bard. Let's see here. We were supposed to go see Urag, I think, right? Welcome aboard, by the way, Laughing Simon. Good to see you able to join. Let's see here. Hitting the book. Speak with Urag Groshub. You know what? It's getting late, and that orc was already cranky, so let's go ahead and let him get his beauty sleep, and we'll talk to him in the morning. I also want to get some illusion training as well and take care of my level up here. Oh, Belrand, you're not getting your greasy, sweaty Nord body all over my sheets, are you? Disgusting. Alright, how... Oh, we got ataxia. And severe thirst. Well, plundering Nordic ruins is thirsty work, I suppose. We'll go ahead and drown that exhaustion with some wine. Whet the whistle with some water. Gonna throw down a meat pie. And maybe a boiled cream treat for dessert. Round it off with some Idar cheese. Are we sated yet? Ugh, jeez. Apple? There we go. Alright. Let's get a good solid 10 hours of sleep. Mid us. Hump day. Alright. Looks like they do put sheets on these beds. It's not your standard straw mattress fare that you get from... Oh, geez. Hold on. One of these days I'm going to find an immersive College of Winterhold / WACCF patch here, and then we'll get rid of this stuff. It hasn't been a huge problem for me. But just little things like these barrels. Can be annoying. And it's not all over the place. In my next mod list, my next load order, I'm probably not even going to include the WACCF stuff. It becomes more trouble than it's worth, in my opinion. Laughing Simon, that seems to only be the students, the players' quarters in the Hall of Attainment and the Archmage's quarters that seem to be a problem. Every other room seems just fine, at least with Immersive College of Winterhold. I wasn't able to find a patch, but I didn't really look that hard just because it was seriously just a few barrels here and there that are causing problems. And that's easily fixed with a disable. At some point, I'll get into Xedit and just disable those in the ESP. But for now, it's not worth the trouble. Okay, we need to go see Urag. It's almost 8 in the morning. A little bit early for a an unsavory Argonian bard, but, you know, we got important business to do. I like how Strudel had to come out of her lurk status to hashtag disable. Disable. And there's Urag. I think we kind of followed him in.
You are now in the Arcanium, of which I am in charge. It might as well be my own little plane of oblivion.
Of course.
Disrupt my Arcanium, and I will have you torn apart by angry Atronachs. Now,
ooh, kinky.
Do you require assistance?
We always disable, for sure. Let's see. I'm supposed to come ask you about something we found in Sarthal.
I know what you want. Word travels fast around here.
You know what I want. I want to be torn apart by angry Atronachs. Giggity.
No, I don't have anything for you. Not anymore, anyway.
You don't have anything that can help.
I said not anymore. Orthorn stole a number of books when he
Beauty
ran
sleep
off
didn't make him any less
Velbelow
cranky.
Keep to join those summoners. Some kind of peace offering. I think one of those volumes may have had some relevant information. If you want them, you'll have to talk to Orthorn.
Okay. And nobody cares that Orthorn just stole these things from the college and went trouncing off with some rogue mages.
Not enough to bother with. Archmage Aaron's approach to these things is just to let them sort themselves out. Although now it looks like you'll be doing the sorting. Good luck with that.
Yeah, well. Let's see. You know, when I am out and about with this whole Orthorn business, are there any special books that I can keep my eye out for?
As a matter of fact, there are. Have you ever heard of Shalador? Immensely powerful mage, back in the First Era. Had an understanding of magic few have ever matched. He holed himself up in Labyrinthian, and devoted all his time to research and study. But more than you would imagine possible. Since then, his writings have been scattered all over Skyrim, but are little use to anyone who can't translate them. I'm one of the few who can. I've heard whispers of more of his work having turned up. If you can track it down, it may prove useful to all of us.
Alright. Sounds like you really like this Shalador guy. It's almost as if you Shalador. Alright, I'll shut up. That was terrible. I apologize. Alright, anything else I can keep my eye out for?
If you're feeling adventurous, I'm always looking for someone to procure valuable books from some more dangerous locations.
Sure, I'm ready for some adventure. I'm basically invincible at this point.
Well, alright. Here. I scribbled down the last place I'd heard about. Check it out, but be careful.
Alright.
Fight well.
So at this point, I think Belrand has reflected on what he has found in Sarthal and the whole Knight of Tears thing, and this Eye of Magnus stuff is just a little bit too hard for him to handle. So he's decided that he has given us 500 gold worth of work, and I think he is going to...
What can I do for you, friend?
...go on his way. He's been doing a lot of the heavy lifting here, and he's been kind of taking a lot of the brunt of the tension for us. So let's go ahead and dismiss
I wish
him.
you well, friend. Be careful.
Be careful indeed. Careful is our middle name.
You there. I have questions for you. You were in Sarthal, yes? It has come to my attention that something was found there.
Ba-dum-tsh. Maybe.
I know full well that you have. Please do not insult my intelligence. Tolfdir is still there now, is he? I shall expect a full report when he returns.
Loot, careful lizard? Yeah. Exactly, Strudel. And why does this matter to you if you're not a Thalmor spy?
Something was discovered in Sarthal that was significant enough that Tolfdir sent a new member of the college, alone, to deliver word. That sounds precisely like the sort of thing that should matter to everyone, especially me. Thank you for your help. You may go now.
So you are a spy. I knew it! Yeah, that's right. Walk away with your tiny little white cape. I gotta say, the white cape really kind of clashes with the black robes, don't you think? I mean, you're no fashionista, look at you. I pronounce fashionista, by the way. It's a character quirk that my wife just loves.
I'm not sure I like the look of that
Speaking of fashion... Oops. There we go. That's better. Don't like to wear the armor unless we really have to. Okay, so... items on the agenda here. At some point, I want to get back to Solitude and see if I can get this enchanted cache. That would be nice. A lot more often than you would think, Laughing Simon. I kind of said fashionista as a joke one time when she was asking me her opinion on one of her outfits or something. And I was like, well, I'm no fashionista. Implying that I'm so little of a fashionista that I can't even say fashionista correctly. And she went on and on about how much she couldn't believe I mispronounced that word and how much of an idiot I sounded like. So now, of course, I find any excuse that I can to say the word fashionista with that pronunciation. That's just kind of how our relationship works. And I honestly wouldn't have it any other way. Okay, so items on the agenda. We need to find Drevis and get some training in illusion. We need to sell off our stuff that we don't need. We need to play our new song that's inspired by our Sarthal adventures. Lucian is already feeling musical.
Kinda catchy.
Yeah, not bad, huh? Let's see if we can find Drevis.
Mirabelle does a fine job as Master Wizard,
Wow.
I suppose.
You're going chest
Still,
first,
there's
aren't you?
always room for improvement.
She's a sultry one, isn't she? Alright. Drevis, there's my man, or my mer.
You can see me?
You have the same joke with the word fibromyalgia. I mean, it's not an easy word, right? No, I can't see you at all.
But you can hear me, obviously.
Yeah.
Something still isn't quite right. At least I'm making progress.
So, hey, I hear you're the illusion dude. You mind making me more of an illusion dude?
I shall explain to you the mysteries of the Outer Realms.
That's not what I asked. But alright. There we go. And then we're going to be able to get another 5 levels, I think, too. But I kind of want to see where my skills lie at this point. I might want to spend that money and those skill training ranks on speechcraft, or maybe something more combat-oriented. We'll see.
So, you wish to master the arcane arts?
Let's see. Lucian might be able to make use of this, and we're not going to get a ton of money for it, but the Mage Light thing we definitely don't need with our Lantern. Destruction Robes we don't need. These are nice, but I'd rather have the light armor, especially if we're sticking with the Bard class. Jewelry is also nice, but I feel like I'd have a hard time getting this on around the horns, so there's that. The common mage boots aren't going to help me out much. The Sarthal Amulet. This is interesting. I think we can keep this for now. 3% spell reduction is actually not bad at this point. Amulet of Akatosh. Karin J is not a pious individual. I think we can go ahead and get rid of that. Ring of Retribution. I think we are actually using this for the health and magicka buff. Plus 25. The enchanted rings we don't need. I'm going to keep the filled soul gems just because we might get an enchanted blade at some point if we make it to the point where we can actually afford something like that. And the unenchanted jewelry we will sell off. Okay. That was pretty good.
All right then.
All right then indeed. So I'll probably sit on that level up for a little bit. Actually, you know what? Screw it. Let's go ahead and take it. Let's see. What attribute should I take here? Magicka would be nice, but honestly, we haven't really had much issue casting the spells that we have right now. We've just been having an issue not encountering enemies that they will work on. Stamina has been more of an issue than health, really. I think I'm going to take stamina. Just because if I can't dodge and I can't bash, then I'm pretty much dead if the enemy is focusing on me. But as long as I have stamina in the tank, I can get out of there. So in that regard, I think stamina is just a little bit more important than health at this point. In fact, I think I'm going to split stamina and health. I'm going to try to catch up stamina to health, and then we'll keep them even with each other for a while. Magicka we'll take as we need. And we have a perk here. Let's see. Light armor would be a good perk to take. We already have 1 point in light armor. Armor rating of light armor increased by 40%. That would be great. How are we doing on block over here, too? That's another good one. Block 10% more damage. The timed block is kind of what we want to get to at some point. So that's our leading contender so far. One-handed, we already got a perk in. Of course, doing more damage with our blade is going to be great. Let's see, what else do we have? Illusion. We've already taken the first perk in this, which would be great. To take another one, especially now that we're going to kind of get out of the Draugr Den. We're going to be able to find some more use for our illusion spells. But right now, as I said, we don't really have any trouble casting those. And being a bard, we're not going to be sneaking too often, so this Dream Thief thing, unless we are stealing dreams of people within our faction, like the Bard's College or the College of Winterhold, probably aren't going to get a whole lot of use out of that. And finally, the speech skill, which we've been kind of focused on more than anything, is also interesting, but I think we need to go block. Especially without Belrund here to kind of take the heat off of us, we're going to need some more defensive options. And if we can get timed block, that will help a lot. Okay, so let's see. We have some more stuff that we want to sell off at Birna. Birna's Oddments. Down here in the city proper. Oh, there was a little bit of a hitch. That's the first one I've seen all stream. And that was just entering in an open city here, but looks like I'm getting a strong 60. Oh, just dipped to 59, but I didn't even feel it. Alright, it's good. I like it. And that's whilst streaming and everything, which is great. You got an interesting look to you.
You see those warriors from Hammerfell?
Yeah,
They've
they have
got
curved swords.
Curved swords.
That's what I just said. Like minds. Great minds think alike. All right, Birna.
What business do college mages have in a place like Sarthal anyway? It's a place for Nord dead, not your weird experiments.
You know, well, when you're as creepy as me, every place is a great place for weird experiments, Birna. So, you get much business up here?
Very funny. I'm sure you've noticed that Winterhold isn't exactly overflowing with people. So I'll sell whatever I can. If it's worth putting a price on, you can bet I'll do it. I've been burned a few times, made a few bad deals, but mostly I come out on top.
So you said something about a bad deal?
Yeah, it was stupid of me. I shouldn't have believed the story and just refused the trade. But I didn't, and now I'm stuck with this worthless junk.
What was the story?
Some line about this clothing in Ingol Barrow. He said it was worth more than its weight in gold if I took it back there. Something about placing it back in Ingol's chamber, I don't know. What was I thinking? Even if it were true, I'm not setting foot in some ancient tomb filled with who knows what.
Maybe I could look into it for you.
I don't even care anymore. You want to check it out? Fine. I'll sell you the thing for 50 gold, and then it's your problem.
Ha! 50 gold, deal.
Fine, here you go. You get killed on account of this thing, it's not my fault. Got it? But I suppose if it does actually turn out to be worth something, let me know, will you?
Sure. So why even set up shop in the first place?
Wasn't by choice, I can tell you that. Options were in short supply. Ranmir and I grew up here, and nearly any money I make, he drinks away. Without the coin to pack up and leave,
sounds like my kind of guy.
I decided to take to trading.
All right.
Take a look.
Well, let's do some trading. Let's see. The shield I don't need. This is kind of nice, actually. I would like to have the option for more resistance to magic. Even though 12% at this level is probably not all that much. Maybe we'll just sell it, save the money for a custom piece through honed metal. Speech is increasing, that's great. Not going to be doing any smithing with this character, at least not anytime soon. The studded armor we're going to keep. I think we were going to give the steel helmet to Lucian. Keep him protected. Again, the corundum ingots we don't need. Leather boots we wear. I could sell her... Oh no, this is the Coral Dragon Claw from Dead Men's Respite, I think. It's not the same one. Or maybe this is the one that she gave me. So she's going to sell it to me for 50 gold, but then she'd buy it back for 56. Great, great. Power attacks cost 8% less. I don't think that we have the stamina pool to maintain power attacks, especially if we're going to need the stamina for defensive purposes. Even at an 8% less clip, that's not enough without any kind of perk investment. So I'd rather have the armor rating from the leather bracers. So we'll go ahead and sell that off. What else? What else? We're going to keep the alchemical stuff. I do wonder if she has a potion of cure disease, though. No, she does not. Going to have to keep our eyes out for that. We do have that ataxia that we need to try to get rid of at some point. Anything else we can get rid of here? Oh yeah, all these jewels. Don't know if she has the... septum pool to handle all that, but there we go. Okay.
Good day.
Good day to you too, Birna. I'll let you know about this claw. Okay, what time we got? 9 a.m. So let's go ahead and drop by the tavern here. And we will see what kind of crowd we have. If we have enough people, we can do a nice, obnoxious song
like some horrible monster was turned
for everybody, because I think we do have our performance
out and then
power up and
exploded.
running.
What did you do?
It was a minor miscalculation. I've already corrected it for future experiments.
This is why people have a problem with your college, Nellikar. Come on in. Just stoke the fire. Take a seat and get the cold out.
Let's see, we got the innkeeper. We got his
How long are
wife,
we gonna
I
let
think.
Ranmir drink himself into a
It's
stupor?
nice to be in out
When
of
will
the
enough
cold.
We got a wizard.
As long as he keeps
We got a
paying us,
child.
he keeps to himself and his
We have a
never
drunk.
being one.
Oh, are you sure of that?
We have some kind of businessman.
It's not my place
Businessman.
to get involved in their family's business.
Alright, well, this is as good as we're going to get for a while here. Okay, everybody, listen up. I have a riveting story of daring do about how I, and my friend Lucian here, went in pretty much single-handedly and wiped out the evil spirits that were haunting the ancient Nord burial site of Sarthal. And you know who we saw at the end? None other than the great ancient wizard Juric Galderson. Gasp. Ah. Ooh. So, I would like to share with you today a little ditty that I call Juric Gave Me a Rear Lick. Oh, the kid is into it. Look at her. Nine septums is all I got for that? Son of a bitch. I guess I still have some work to do here, Lucian. My skills need some major honing. My people skills, my loot skills, or at least my illusion skills. I will rivet them in one way or another. I know. I guess there's not a whole lot of disposable income here in Winterhold these days. That's alright. You seem well dressed for this kind of place. What's up with you?
Well, I'm at a loss. None of this makes a damn bit of sense.
Toss 9 septums to your Argonian. Let's see. You know, few things in life do, and I'm okay with that.
True, very true. But the autumn gale was an exception. 77 times it swam through the Sea of Ghosts, safely to the northern shore. 77 times through mighty storms and restless seas. It never failed to reach port. But somehow, on the
Valley of
78th,
Frostbite.
on a clear day with a steady wind, it sank to the bottom of Pilgrim's Trench.
77 times. That is quite the record there. What made it so reliable?
Good craftsmanship and a damn good captain. Torald Icewind knew the ocean like a sheep knows wool.
How well does a sheep know wool, though? It kind of just grows on them. They don't really do anything with it. Anyway. So what do you think happened to the ship?
Divines only know. The wreckage is too far down the trench to offer any clues. But while we can't salvage the ship, we can salvage her reputation. And, more importantly, the reputation of my business.
Well, you know, I'm always looking for some extra coin. Care to hire a loquacious Argonian.
I love young people who are motivated to work. You can start by delivering these supplies to the salvage team. Here, take this to the leader of the team, Utai. She will handle your payment.
Young people willing to work, aka cheap labor, eh? Drought of water breathing. So let's see, we have this business with Heron here, who wants us to investigate the ship that went down. There might be some good loot in it for us. And that's not too far away. The other things we have to do, let's see. Find the stolen books at Felglow Keep, which is just outside of Whiterun here. Whiterun is more our style, I think, as far as, you know, clientele and people who like to tip bards a little more than people in Winterhold, I suppose. So that would be nice. What's this over here? Shalador's Writing over here in the Reach. That is Forsworn country out there, but we also do have the Divine Elegance store that we can use to upgrade our wardrobe a little better. Falkreath was kind of a bummer. So yeah, I guess let's go ahead and deliver these potions, see if they need any help. If we end up having to go down underwater to get some, to retrieve some stuff, being an Argonian, we're kind of uniquely suited to that kind of thing. Let's go ahead and switch into our adventuring equipment here, though, first. There we go. Want to make sure I have this new amulet set in.
Sorry, I keep meaning to give you this, since this arrangement seems to be working out all right for us so far.
Oh, here's the resonance sphere that we were missing before. What is it?
Oh, it's a Dwemer resonance sphere. Just something my father gave to me before I left home for when I found myself someone to travel with. When activated, it resonates with its twin, which I'll always keep on my person. That way, if we're ever separated, all you have to do is give it a rub, and we'll be able to find each other, no matter how far apart we are. Handy, right?
I love his expressive facial expressions. It's kind of immersive. I like it. Very, actually. Thank you, Lucian.
Don't mention it. I mean, hopefully we won't have to use it very often. I'll stick to you like oh, I don't know, something sticky. Yep, that's what I'll do.
Gross, Lucian. You haven't been doing a great job of that lately, by the way. You kind of have a short attention span, like when we fought Juric Galderson, and you were just mixing potions the whole time. And you run real funny. There's that, too. So if I can just teleport you, and then I don't have to watch you run like that, that's totally worth it. Okay, where's this trench at? We're going to have to keep an eye out for ice wolves up here, especially at this low level. Ice wolves can really butcher us, so going to have to be careful. And sometimes there are some wolves that hang out right down here. Yeah, there he is. I don't know if that's an ice wolf or not, but we'll avoid him if we can. Is that an ice wolf? Maybe not an ice wolf, but a nice wolf. Okay. try to stay off the coast here a little bit so we can keep a little bit of a perspective advantage here. And I've been meaning to try out this,
Once lived a hero named Lucian Flavius, whose singing and writing and looks were just marvelous.
this Fury spell. I haven't really had a good chance to use it, but maybe these Horkers would be a good opportunity for that. This will help level our illusion skill anyway. Karanjay here is not a druid or anything. He has very little reverence for nature, I would say. So he's more just looking to further his education on manipulating people and creatures here. So this would be something that I would feel extremely guilty about, and I kind of do. But Karanjay, not so much, and that's kind of the heart of roleplay, right? Put yourself in the mindset, put yourself in the head of the character, and not so much yourself. Yep, still don't know, still don't have the stamina pools for any kind of regular power attacking there. Thought I would just try it. There we go. Okay, we'll get the hang of this bard playstyle here yet, I think. Get these slaughterfish eggs. Okay, now where is this trench? Westward, it seems like. Is that a lone Horker over there that we can hone our bard skills on? Our bard combat skills, anyway? Indeed, it seems to be. Okay. Don't fall off the cliff. That would not be a good death. Indeed, it wouldn't. Maybe he was mixing healing potions. Oh yeah, the whole time. A likely excuse, I think. It is just a regular wolf. I don't think the ice wolves have spawned just yet. I hope, anyway. Those things are nasty customers, that's for sure. This calm spell, by the way, it's called Rapturous Trance. It is from the Arcanum spell pack, which I am a big fan of. Where things like Odin and mysticism tend to fill in missing gaps in everything in vanilla. Arcanum is a bit more like Apocalypse in that it adds some very interesting and unique spells to the mix. And Arcanum in particular has some very complex effects and ways that you use them. So Rapturous Trance there, it works on very high level creatures. In fact, it works on any level creature, but the higher the level is, the longer it takes to calm them, I guess would be the most simple way of putting that. So that's part of what I like about Arcanum, is that, yeah, the spells are complicated. They take some practice and some getting used to, but I like that kind of thing. But they also do have, like, drawbacks to them built in many times, too. Am I going the right way? No, I need to go this way. In fact, I bet that's the camp of the folks who need these water-breathing potions. So back around. You know, back with Nagrom, we had like that hour of spamming Muffle over and over and over again. I think with Karin J here, you're going to see me spamming Ice Drift hopping. I almost said Ice Drift honking. We're not honking the Ice Drifts. Although some of them did look rather bulbous. Here we go. Alright. Oh boy. Haran over there really doesn't know his own crew too well, I guess, if they're giving Argonians water-breathing potions. Uh-oh. Hi there. Heron asked me to deliver these potions to you.
Water-breathing potions. Poor Heron must have forgotten Argonians have no use for such things.
Yeah, I didn't realize.
Health potions.
Yeah, for sure. Why health potions, though?
I got bit by a slaughterfish on the last dive. Nearly snapped my arm in two. Still not sure how it held together.
Slaughterfish, eh? So is the rest of your team able to dive, then?
Team? You mean my sons? Oh, they're just here to get their feet wet. Although having them around does help with appearances.
Okay, so how much is left to salvage?
Actually, as far as cargo goes, I've checked everything off my list, save for one thing. A lease agreement of some kind. Hopefully it's locked up in a chest somewhere, otherwise I doubt we can recover it.
Let's see here. Well, Karin J, being a bard, is never one to take on a job himself that he can pass off to someone else. So, you know, your sons look able-bodied enough. Maybe it'll be some valuable on-the-job training for them.
My sons? Ha! I love them. But outside of maybe Pericles, they couldn't find the bottom of a puddle. But you look like you've done some diving in your lifetime. Maybe you could go down and look for it. If you manage to find anything, I'll give you a share of the salvaging fee.
Maybe not the kind of diving you're talking about. Two things. Alright. Where is this wreckage supposed to be here? Is it this boat icon to the north here? Probably, huh? Yeah. Alright, so back to where we were. I don't know if we can deal with these slaughterfish. As an Argonian, we're kind of uniquely suited for underwater travel here, but slaughterfish are pretty tough. I might be able to avoid them if I swim fast enough. But I think my best bet is if I can get their aggression, gain the aggro, and then kind of kite them up to shore, and then I can blast them with that calm spell. That would be ideal, I think. And I really don't know how many slaughterfish we're dealing with here. Just as falling off a cliff would not be a good death, I think dying underwater would not be a great death for an Argonian as well. But, you know, it is a job that we are uniquely suited for. Not seeing any dumping on our sons when they're within earshot. Savage, yeah, for sure, right? I'm not sensing any movement here. Well, no time like the present, eh? I do want to see where this marker is trying to get us to go, though. Underwater right around here, I suppose. I don't know where Lucian is. Okay, well, this is going to be our escape path. Probably over there, the shore is going to be easier to get a foothold on. Alright. Very down, eh? Alright, let's see how this goes. Oh, I see a fish over there. I don't think it's a slaughterfish. That looks like a salmon. My stamina is being drained quickly. I don't like that. Here's Pilgrim's Trench. No slaughterfish yet, I don't think. I am running a I don't remember what it's called. It's Depths of something that adds a lot of interesting things to the Sea of Ghosts down here underwater. It's almost like a whole other world. Can't get the barnacles for some reason. I can't go down any farther either. There's that lease agreement. Okay, hopefully we can keep from getting that thing all wet. Okay, that was fairly uneventful there. And that swim speed is something else, too. Kind of love it. That is from Imperius. I think we get a speed boost underwater. And when we come out of the underwater areas, we kind of... we have a speed boost for a little bit, too. Well, that doesn't seem to be carrying over too well. Anyway, easily enough done. I found that lease agreement for you.
You did? Splendid. I ought to add you to our team. We'll have to change the name, though. Ute and Sons won't really work if you're the one taking the lead.
Yeah, I appreciate the offer, but, you know, this isn't my kind of work. I'm just kind of doing a favor for a fellow Argonian in Skyrim. I know life can be tough for us out here.
Don't worry, I was only joking. You wouldn't want to babysit this trio anyway. They're a group only a mother could love. In any case, I'd like you to take this document back to Heron. This other cargo can be delayed, but documents like that tend to be time-sensitive.
Cool. This better result in a nice little payday for me here. You know it's not that far of a walk back to Winterhold, though.
True, but that's not where we're headed, seeing as there's no carriage there. We're heading west to Dawnstar.
Ah, there is a carriage there, though.
Fee. Maybe Heron will have something for you, too, but he's a cheap little bastard, so I wouldn't count on it.
Yeah, young people willing to work.
All right, boys, let's pack it up.
Indeed.
Got to get this to
Cheap
Dawnstar
little
by
bastard.
week's end.
But maybe we can negotiate some a better payday for him. Perhaps. Okay. Let's head back to Winterhold there. We can complete this quest for Heron. Maybe get a little bit of a payday for it. And then we'll head to Whiterun to deliver the horn for Elisif. Kind of see what the bard scene looks like over there in Whiterun. Maybe we can make a little more than 9 gold for a performance out there. And I also want to reevaluate my skill levels here and see what we need some help in. So I know where to spend my training points. Oh. More illusion fodder. Oh. You know what? That was too cute. I can't kill him after that. The whole little face cover thing. That was adorable. Man. Sometimes being a ruthless bard lizard is ruthless loot lizard is hard on the heart. When did the Horkers get cute? Indeed. I don't know. But now I feel bad about the Horker massacre that I just launched earlier, just in the name of a few illusion levels. Oh dear. The Adorable Horker. Sounds like a great name for a bar. Yeah, in fact, if Car and J lives that long, and I have no expectations that he will, maybe someday he can open an inn of his own called the Adorable Horker. And maybe he can marry an adorable Horker of his own someday. You drink there? Glad to hear that. Yeah, I've never seen it either. That kind of tugged at my heartstrings a little bit. I really wanted to use that Horker for leveling. But I can't now. Alright, what am I doing back here? Oh yeah, Heron.
Don't worry, lad.
Let
The
me know if
Autumn
you
Gale
want.
never fails to deliver.
I think I got a clean
That's
mug around
a
here
promise.
The Autumn Gale is at the bottom of the ocean. Who's to say the documents are even legible?
Well, I never said they'd be in perfect condition. Although if you're unsatisfied, I may consider refunding a portion of the payment.
And how are you going to refund my father's life?
I feel like we could use
There's
this as a
not
hostage
much
situation a
gold
little
that can
bit.
compensate me for that.
Oh, right.
But before we do that, we gotta get into,
In that case, I suppose I should just keep the gold then. With the terms of a contract being fulfilled and all.
You greedy little snake! I'm going to tear the skin off of your skull!
Hold that thought.
Ouch.
It looks like my newest employee has returned.
Sure of that?
Hopefully you've brought some good news.
Not my place to get involved in their family's business, remember? You're the one that told me
you
to
know,
stay out.
I think I have that thing that your friend is asking for, but it's gonna cost ya.
Well, it's going to cost him, not me. Just hold on to it and let me work my magic. Well, lad, because you're such a valued customer, I went ahead and had my top agent expedite your request. Of course, there is a special fee that's part of our express delivery service.
Fine. Once my father's name is cleared, you'll be paid in full. Just bill me with the details. But first, I want to verify the document.
I'll deliver it personally.
Well, is it true? Do you have the document? Is it signed by Ingrid?
Why not wine? Ale.
You know, I don't know who your father is. I don't know who Ingrid Farsky is, but I do have this lease agreement.
Then there's still hope. But it might not be enough. I was wondering perhaps if I could loan your services. I'm on my way to the site of the altercation to see if I can find more evidence.
Winterfrost Cottage. You know, I'll head over as soon as I can. Of course, I got a lot of other things on the agenda, but if I find myself in the area, of course, I will check in on you.
Thank you, Salvager. Hopefully having another set of eyes will help.
Let's just keep an eye on the supply. Such a
Alrighty then.
stock.
I suppose.
Where is this Winterfrost Cottage here? I don't see a map marker for it anywhere. Let's get out of here and we'll see. Winterfrost Cottage. Anywhere? Anywhere? Oh my gosh, that's way over there. So yeah, that's fine. We'll go check in on him. Once we head back over to the college. I think that Car and J's heart is actually in Solitude, so we'll definitely be going back there at some point. Plus we have the enchanted cache over there in the sewers. once we get to a point where we can deal with the Charis over there. Maybe get some resist poison potions and maybe some cure poison potions. That would be nice. Okay. But for now, I think that we have some business with the college in terms of getting these stolen books back. So let's head on over to Whitehelm. Whitehold? Whiterun. Got it. So many W names. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and run over to Whiterun and see what the deal is over there. I'm sure that there are all kinds of misadventures that we can get ourselves into. I think we'll take the carriage over there, and then I'm gonna take a little bit of a bio break, and we'll go from there. Winterrun. That's the city that I'm going to. Look at this guy. He looks like a badass on that horse.
So what do I call you now? Your Fainfulness? Your Fainship? Fainy Pie?
Side effect of
She seems a bit weird.
Jeez, I'm all flustered now. Side effect of Skyrim Unbound there. All of the NPCs think you're Thane of Whiterun when you're not actually. Okay, I got to take a quick break. I'm going to grab a little bit of a snack. I am going to, do some private things in the bathroom. Shh. And I'll be back in like a minute or two.
Fool had a coffin in a cart with a broken wheel. Like to see him laugh his way out of that.
Well, sounds like you've had quite the journey.
Okay. See you guys soon. Very, very soon. Hello, hello. I'm back, baby. Just gonna make sure that my mic is running properly. Looks like it is. Pardon my crunching for a little bit here. Hello, hello indeed. The disadvantages of not doing the vanilla opening. Yeah, and there are also some references to you as Dragonborn if you're even not.
But you were gone longer than usual. I got to thinking maybe you weren't coming back.
You sound like my ma. Figured I was lying dead in a field.
Sorry,
somewhere.
Strudel.
Is that it?
Thought did cross
Just
my
keeping you
mind.
on your toes.
War brewing, talk of a riot and hell.
Kato from the Pink
And now
Panther style.
Jesters? Skyrim's
You never know when I'm going to jump out of the rafters and attack you.
Careful, huh? Thanks, Skullbar. I'll remember that.
Well, she seems like a tough cookie, huh? Uthgard? Okay, let's see. Let's stop in for some lunch here. Get the lay of the land of Whiterun here, and then we'll head out and see about placing this war horn. Or maybe not. I thought we had this war horn to place at the Shrine of Talos over here for Elisif. Maybe I didn't grab that quest? Do I have it in my inventory? Doesn't look like I do. Oh well. Pardon my crunching here.
We'll pay whatever it takes, but we must have more swords for the Imperial soldiers.
I end up streaming like right over my regular lunchtime, so my blood sugar like crashes like halfway through every stream that I do.
I need a Ulfric's Stormcloak. Besides, Grey
So I end up having to grab a snack.
for the Legion.
Have it your way. I'll take the job, but don't expect a miracle.
Well, this kind of looks nice. It's no Solitude, but actually I do want to check performance here. Am I getting 60 FPS? Wow. Okay, so that CPU upgrade was quite good. I was getting like down into the 40s and sometimes into the 30s at this point with my old CPU. And now mid 50s in one of the most demanding areas in the game. I like it a lot. Okay. Let's get the lay of the land of Whiterun here a little bit.
Here if you're looking to buy. More inside.
What CPU did I upgrade to? I was coming from an Intel i7-7700K, which was top of the line, you know, a few years ago. But I've been getting some severe bottlenecks in some other games since I've upgraded to the RTX 3080 GPU. So in order to alleviate that bottleneck, I now have an i9 10850K. So I went from 4 chords, 8 threads on the 7700K, overclocked to 4.8 gigahertz. Now I am running 10 cores, 20 threads at 5 gigahertz, overclocked. And, you know, not even 60, well, just right around 60 degrees Celsius, which is still quite cool.
I don't claim to be the best blacksmith in Whiterun. Jorland Greymane's got that honor.
So no more bottlenecks.
All I ask is a fair chance.
It's not a 10th gen. It's a last gen, but It's alleviated all the bottlenecks that I've had previously. I'm actually excited to get back into Cyberpunk after this with the ray tracing and stuff on it. My CPU was bottlenecking pretty hard on that game with all the ray tracing running on it. So, kind of excited to see how smoothly that runs now, especially like after all the patches and everything.
Yes, actually. How about you smith me an iron dagger?
That's not what I want to do. I wanted to do the delivery quest for her, but I guess I'll do this.
Thanks for the business.
Iron dagger. Let's get the Riva tuna stuff off of there.
Not bad. Reminds me when I first started smithing.
Kill for a 30 series. Can't find one at a reasonable... Yeah, I was one of the lucky few, actually, that got a hold of one on launch from Newegg. I was just mashing that refresh button. And I finally got one that's stuck in the cart.
Father? He's the steward up at Dragon.
It was actually a hell of a story, too. I was in such a hurry, and I hadn't bought anything off Newegg for such a long time that my old address was in there. And by the time I caught it, it was too late. So I had to go kind of stake out my old stomping grounds, my old apartment. I did actually end up getting hold of the management there. And then I got a hold of the delivery company and had them just drop it off at the front office. But man, that was stressful.
Not bad, but it's a little
After
dull.
the extreme euphoria that I had after actually getting one of them ordered, and then just the despair that followed when I found that it had been shipped to the wrong place. And then finally ending up with it that day after, you know, doing a huge scavenger hunt. It was quite the emotional roller coaster. Yeah, it was very stressful.
Mm-hmm.
Temper the iron dagger. Yep. No, I did end up getting a hold of it, and it's in my computer now, and it's working like a charm. It's so nice. And then there were the capacitor issues that I had to deal with for a while, but, you know, I fixed it by underclocking a little bit. And then they had the software update that fixed it. But yeah, I haven't really tried much VR in it lately. I do have Superhot installed on my desktop right now, and Project Cars 2, which has a nice VR component to it. I am looking forward to trying that out this weekend, actually. I haven't been too involved in the Skyrim VR stuff, but there does seem to be a nice Wabbajack mod list for it that I might try at some point soon.
This looks good. You put time into your blades, they'll serve you well when you need them. You want to keep helping? How about you make some armor? Let's start by tanning some leather on the rack.
But yeah, hopefully soon the supply catches up with the demand a little bit and the scalpers ease off a bit. So far I'm hearing late 2021 to early 2022 might be when we start seeing those things come available. You can still get them, you just have to be very diligent about when your store is going to drop and things like that.
Don't forget to check inside the shop.
Craft some leather. Here we go. Keep losing track of what I'm doing here with this with this tech talk, which I don't mind at all. I love technobabble.
Got some good pieces out here if you're looking to buy.
But yeah, I'm really looking forward to testing out the VR stuff with this new CPU and the new GPU. Should be a great experience.
Ah, good. A lot of weapons and armor need leather for straps fitting, that kind of thing. Let's see if you can make a hide helmet. Here's the rest of what you need.
And now apparently the 3080 Ti's are coming out, probably at the end of this month, if not a couple weeks.
Thanks for the business.
That's going to be a nice upgrade, but I really haven't found any game yet that chugs it all on the 3080. The, let's see, Cyberpunk with full ray tracing and everything did make it chug a little bit, but that was because of the CPU bottleneck. I would imagine at this point it would be a GPU bottleneck, but still well over 60 frames per second with full, you know, insane mode ray tracing. Yeah,
my father?
Laughing
He's
Simon.
A steward up at Dragon's
It's funny how the lower tier cards are actually marked up so much higher than the higher tier ones. I think you can get a 3090 for less of you know, a markup than you can the 3060 Ti's. Not to say that you're gonna, you know, spend less on a 3090 than you are the 3060 or the 3060 Ti.
I should hire you to be my assistant.
But those ones seem to be
at this
marked
rate.
up a little
Let's
higher
improve
because
the
those are the
fit.
ones everybody
Take
wants.
this leather to the workbench over there.
The bang per buck on those lower tier cards are much higher than the higher tier ones for sure.
I'll take my leave then.
There we go. All right, this should be it for Adrian. I do want to do
all
the
counsel my
errand
father
for her,
provides
though.
the Jarl is his alone? Huh. Let's just say I advise the advisor, and leave it at that. You have talent. Keep working at your craft, and you'll be a fine smith one
Actually,
day.
looking at the
Why don't we
numbers, the
keep that
3060
dagger in hand?
non-TI
Maybe you will remember me when
seems
you
like it
make
has a
Skyrim
little extra
steel,
overclocking headroom on it, and you might get a little more performance out of the non-TI 3060. I don't know if any of that's changed from the launch, but it might be something worth looking into. The 3060, the non-TI is the newer card, I think. And, you know, you're not going to have an easier time finding the 3060, I don't think, than you are the 3060 Ti.
Yorland Greymane.
It's a really odd release, that
Man's
3060.
steel is legendary. All I ask is a fair chance.
A little bit less cost for just a little bit less performance out of the box, but you can easily overclock it to make up the difference. It's like they didn't really need that release. I feel like they could have just put the silicon to better use, just bolstering their current supply of their current cards, you know?
Find out it's one of your kin, I'll see the culprit rot in prison. I'm surprised you had the wits to notice, Alfred. What with your nose buried so far up the Emperor's backside?
Same with the 3080 Ti. I mean, the 3080 is still such a performance beast. You might get better performance in 4K with the Ti, but at that point, why not just shell out a couple $100 more for the 3090?
I'll remember that when the
I just don't understand all these different releases, I guess.
No amount of money will protect you then, Battleborn.
I like your outfit.
I know your family's honor is important to you, but we can't afford it.
Ooh, drama. Marital drama. That's my favorite.
And I can't get the sword on my own.
So you're willing to
I wonder if
starve
they're
your wife and daughter
arguing about
to
the
reclaim
pronunciation
some
of the
rusty
word
old sword?
fashionista.
I just need to hire one, maybe two good men. You won't starve.
I'll put it plainly. You can claim your sword, or you can keep your wife. If you
Yeah, VR is tough. It's gotta, if you think about it, it's gotta push those two displays at 60 FPS. So basically you're trying to maintain 120 FPS, and that's a bit of a chore for a 1660 Super there, for sure. Hope my wife doesn't hear my need for marital drama.
Are you feeling sick?
Yeah, a little bit. What are you two arguing about?
My Sapphire doesn't like that I've been spending so much time looking for my father's old sword. He fed his entire family with the gold he made using that weapon. I'm not about to let it gather dust in some thief's trophy room.
Ah, you need help finding that sword?
I tracked it to a group of bandits nearby, but I'm no fool. I'd need the Whiterun guards or maybe hire the companions to get it. I don't know why I'm saying this, but if you find it out in your travels, I'd be grateful to you.
All right, all right.
If you find that sword, please bring it to me.
And I forgot to get that errand quest from Adrian. Let's go do that. Yeah, and I'm not feeling any kind of frame drop here whatsoever. This is incredible. I'm so happy. We won't discuss my machine. It was a big step up 3 to 4 years ago. It is adequate for the purposes, but not much more than that. Yeah, and you know, if you're only playing Skyrim, you probably don't need that much, really. Unless you're going to do these extreme, you know, city and town makeovers with huge amounts of trees and polygons everywhere.
Got some good pieces out here if you're looking to buy. More inside.
But if it suits your needs, then there is no need to upgrade. Save your money. Be happy with what you got. In my case, I am...
that I do.
I'm kind of a snob for frame rates. I'm an FPS snob.
Someday.
So when I'm not streaming, I run
it's a sword.
A frame rate cap of 165 frames per second, and it feels super smooth and responsive and everything.
I don't even know if he'll accept it, but listen,
I like to play some shooting games and fighting games like that too sometimes.
Proventus Avenici.
It's really nice.
The Jarl's steward. He'll know the right time to present it to him. Thanks.
And I play a lot of other like newer games too that aren't Skyrim, like Cyberpunk and stuff like that, and I try to get the premium performance on that.
Don't forget to check inside the shop if you need anything.
It kind of makes working all these extra hours worth it for the income to support it, especially, you know, with the human malware and stuff going on and the travel restrictions. The wife and I haven't been able to take any vacations yet. Now that we're vaxxed up and, you know, we'll be completely marinated with the vaccine in another week or so, I think, we can start taking trips again, but
and what does the Empire do?
It's been nice to have the disposable income to spend on my main hobby here. For sure. If you can't get out and escape your house, then the next best thing is escaping through a video game, right? Ooh, what fighting games am I into? Pretty much all of them. My favorites are Street Fighter and Tekken. I do play quite a bit of Street Fighter V still. They've supported that game nicely. The online code for Tekken is extremely good now. It's very impressive. Tekken 7 anyway. They've supported that game really well too. Street Fighter V, the online code still needs some work, but, you know. I dabble in some King of Fighters, the Marvel vs. Capcom stuff. I love the older stuff too. You lost your job at the start of all this, so bought the headset. That's a really good way to escape, is through VR, that's for sure. Yeah, that's a bummer, Simon. I'm sorry. We know lots of people who have lost it. Like, my company closed down their entire Denver office and end up laying off like 40% of our workforce. I was fortunate enough not to be part of that. And our company's back to being profitable now, so far so good for me. I hope I didn't just jinx myself, but yeah, we have some close friends that have been working in industries that were very hard hit, but it seems like things are starting to come back a little bit. Wasn't for that, you wouldn't have started the channel. Hey, and I think we're all better off for that channel, right? It brings some much-needed levity to my life, for sure. I love your videos, your uploads. So good.
I serve Jarl Balgruuf as steward.
Let's see. I have a sword for you from your daughter.
From Adrian? Ah, this must be that weapon for the Jarl. Poor girl.
I was going to tell you if you were actually in the Denver area.
I'll present it to Balgruuf.
And didn't at least wave. Yeah. No, it's we have our main office is here in Scottsdale, Arizona, right outside of. Ooh, you got some funky stuff going on your scalp there, Proventus. I think it's a side effect of the lighting and E&B mod there. Yeah, our main office is here in Scottsdale. It's about 5 miles away from where I live here in Arizona. Although we've all been working from home, we haven't been using that office very often. But yeah, the secondary office is in Denver, and that's the one that they closed down. I have been to Denver a couple times, though. It's nice. It's actually quite similar to the Phoenix area, just a little bit cooler at some points in the year. Let's see. I don't need to talk to you anymore.
Visit to Dragon's Reach.
Okay, Lucian, it is 5 p.m. What is on the agenda here? We could talk to the strange jester that we heard them talking about. We could find Amren's sword. I don't think we want to join the Imperial Legion. Let's see what we got. The strange jester, I think we can do this afternoon. The Felglow Keep stuff is probably going to take a little bit longer than the time we have right now. Rhetoron's Retreat is small, but it's kind of farther away. So let's go talk to this strange jester over here, and then let's head back to town, and we'll see where we want to go from there. Probably the Orthorn stuff, I'm thinking. Not quite as hot in the summer, but close enough. Yeah, we've been there both in the summer and in the winter, and you know, you can drive from Denver for, you know, a couple hours or so and get to some really cold areas. Same with Phoenix, actually. We have Flagstaff and Snow Bowl up here that stays cold mostly year-round. But yeah, we went to some mountain ranges last time we were up there years ago now, and it was frigid up there when it was actually kind of hot back in the city. Yeah, it doesn't get quite as hot, but very, very few places get as hot as Phoenix in the summer, that's for sure. And it does get colder in the winter, and you guys, you know, get some snow and stuff up there that we don't. Although it does snow here in the winter every few years or so. Nothing sticks, but every once in a while we do get some snow. Nothing that leads to any kind of maintenance or anything, for sure. But yeah, the landscapes.
Look, you already have been told you're not allowed here.
Actually, downtown areas, if you're not in like
We're causing no trouble.
New York or something like that, downtown areas all kind of seem pretty similar.
Now get lost.
Buildings tend to be similar, you know, traffic signals and road signs, billboards everywhere.
We'll pay good money for information.
You've been to one large city, you've kind of been to all of them.
Foreigner in these lands. Redguard,
except for New York, like I said, that's kind of unique.
Not using her true name. We will pay for any information regarding her location. We are not welcome here in Whiterun, so we will be in Rorikstead if you learn anything.
Ooh, nice bowl that traps the hot air. Gross. Well, that's kind of like the whole basin/valley area that Phoenix is in, really.
She cannot hide from us forever.
We're not technically a valley, even though everybody calls us the Valley of the Sun. We are a basin. And we kind of got the whole heat cap thing going on here. Especially with all the moisture that... Ooh. That looked a little funky there, huh? I think R&J is tripping out a little bit. It's starting to look like a late 80s music video in here. Yeah, especially with all the moisture and stuff that we import into this area, we kind of get like a heat cap in the atmosphere with walls on every side from mountain ranges and stuff. Ends up being like a little convection oven. World's whitest god ray. And I tot up to it again. Those Todd rays. Okay, let's see. We're going to go find this jester. This fog is a bit unsettling. Let's go ahead and switch into our armor here. Just in case we encounter any wolves or anything on the road, which I believe we will. Ooh. It's fog, not dust. Oh, I forgot to give you your staff and your helmet here.
Go ahead. Load me up.
Load me up, he says. How about Rearlick's staff here? I'm sure you can make better use of that than me. And a steel helmet. Oh, look at that. You look so badass.
On we go.
Until you open your mouth, anyway. Ooh, that looks like an invisibility potion right there. Yoink. Well, this fog is really, really oppressive, isn't it? It's impressive, but it's also oppressive. Although, as a bard, I feel like R&J wouldn't mind a dramatic setting like this. It's ambient. If you want to sound snooty about it. Oh, there's some kind of fiery business going on up there. Glad we missed that, huh? I think J is interested in the whole jester thing because bards, troubadours, and jesters are all kind of cut from the same cloth. They're all showmen at heart, right? So I feel like J would be drawn to these types of people. Wow, speaking of showmanship, look at that cow. You know, if half the women in Skyrim wore makeup as well as that, half as well as that cow, you know, this place would give Cyrodiil a run for its money. Uh-oh. What's going on here? You guys aren't going to hold me up or anything, are you? Because if so, I'm going to be very pissed. Adventurer wizard. Okay, I take back what I said about the makeup. This guy's got it going on. Although you seem unimpressed. Oh, this guy too. Wow. All right.
Make it quick.
Not a talkative bunch, are ya? Did look like your classic D&D dungeon or dungeon crawling party, though, didn't they? Uh-oh. All right, let's see if we can chill some of these guys out. Ow! I'm trying to calm you down, chill you out. Why are you shooting me, man? There we go.
Clear it out, I guess.
Okay. Do I get like a reward for that?
Need something?
Yeah, money. Give me some money.
What business do college mages have in a place like Sarthal anyway?
Ugh.
These are not dead, not your weird.
If I had a septum for every time I heard about somebody's concerns about mages in Sarthal. Fine, I'm looting these bandits. Try to stop me. Actually, don't. That is an incredibly suspicious group of delinquents. It's the silence. The silence that makes them suspicious. If they were a little more, you know, forthcoming with their words, just like, hey, what's up? How's it going? Instead of, you know, just standing around, silently looking at each other.
There was a hero named Ragnar the Red who came riding to Whiterun from Auroric's dead.
You know, the run animation looks really funky, but I think it kind of fits his character now that I've kind of been playing with it a little bit more. I think I'm going to keep it in. It looks real goofy. But I think maybe Lucian is the type of guy who would run a little goofy. Ah, here's the Jester.
Ah, bother and befuddle! Stuck here, stuck! My mother, my poor mother. Unmoving, at rest, but too still.
That is exactly how Lucian would run, right? Problem is that that run animation kind of trickles its way into other NPCs and followers too. But for Lucian, it's perfect. What's the problem here, merry man?
Oh, poor Cicero is stuck. Can't you see? I was transporting my dear, sweet mother. Well, not her.
Something tells me the hair would be there if he took his hat off.
I'm taking mother to a
I think that's probably another WACCF thing where it changes the Jester's hat into an actual helmet that does block out the hair.
Don't you see?
I think in the vanilla game it was more of a circlet that doesn't block out the hair. Probably so that you can wear it on your character without hair clipping through it, is my guess. Is there some way I can help?
Oh, yes! Yes, the kindly stranger can certainly help. Go to the farm, the Lorius farm, just over there off the road. Talk to Lorius. He has tools. He can help me, but he won't.
He has tools, or he is a tool?
Convince Lorius to fix my wheel. Do that, and poor Cicero will reward you with coin. Gleamy, shiny coin.
Ooh. Just so happens, we love coin, right, Lucian? Oh, moderate thirst, mild hunger. Choke down some of that mead. Let's see. Nothing really but sweets. Oh, we got the Horker loaf.
This Jester's a funny sort of chap, if you'll pardon the pun. Should we help him, do you think?
Yeah, I think so. He promised us gold. And we could always use gold, right? Oh wow, this is really ominous. I like it. Let's see, you wouldn't happen to be Lorius, would you?
You need something? Talk to my husband, Vantis Lorius. Or
this guy?
just Lorius, if it's all the same to you.
Alright.
Oh, for the love of Mara, what now?
The little guy over there really needs your help. With his wagon?
That Cicero feller? Tell me something I don't know. Crazy fool's already asked me about 5 times. Seems he's not satisfied with my answer. Why can't he just leave us alone?
Well, what's the problem? I'm sure he's gonna pay you.
Pay me? You think this is about money? Have you seen the man? He's completely out of his head. A jester here in Skyrim? Ain't been a merry man in these parts for 100 years. And he's transporting some giant box. Says it's a coffin, and he's going to bury his mother. Mother, my eye. You could have anything in there. War contraband, weapons, skooma? Ain't no way I'm getting involved in any of that.
Okay. Yeah, it is sus AF, but, you know, the sooner that you help him out and get him on his way, the sooner he's going to be out of your hair.
What? And just who in Mara's name are you, anyway? Hmm? Come here, telling me my business. And for what? To help a fool?
You know you should help him. I make a good point. You gotta admit.
Look, Yes, you're right, you're right.
Might
not. But fact is, he needs help. I turn him away. What kind of a man am I, huh? Look,
Well, you went the moral route. I was
sorry
kind of
for my
going the
unneighborly reaction.
logic route, but...
If you talk to Cicero, you be sure to tell him I'll be down to help soon.
Alrighty.
It's
How
good
about
of you
some
to help
shiny
Cicero
clinky
out,
gold?
But I can't help but feel a touch uneasy about this whole business.
Oh, grow a sack, Lucian. He's a showman, like us. He can't be all bad, right?
Poor mother! Her new home seems so very far.
Well, a little closer now because guess what? I talked to Lorius, and he's agreed to fix your wagon wheel. Huh?
You did? He has? Oh, stranger! You have made Cicero so happy, so jubilant and ecstatic, but more, even more, my mother thanks you. Here for your troubles, shiny, clinky gold. A few
Shiny,
coins for your
clinky
kind deed,
gold.
and thank you again.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome again. And sorry about your mother, and also sorry about your sideburns. Sorry for your loss on both accounts. Alright. Let's get out of this terrible weather. Well, I guess it could be worse. Find a little more jovial accommodations here. We'll get some sleep, and then we'll head out to... I think we'll do Rhetoron's retreat. And then we'll do Felglow Keep after that. Probably next stream, though. I think we're going to cap this one off at Rhetoron's retreat. We got about 30 minutes left in my time slot here. I try not to stream any more than 3 hours at a time. You know, I don't want my life to be completely taken over by streaming video games. I have dishes that need done. Yard work that needs doing. Oh, that's a big boy. And a puppy belly to rub. The wife is actually out of town for the next couple weeks. Now that she's vaxxed up, she wants to visit her parents. So I should have lots of time for video games. Oh, there's a wolf there. Okay. Did you get him? Wow, those lightning effects are awesome. Look at him twitch. You really did a number on this one, Lucian. Flip-flopping around. I thought maybe he had something metal on him. Guess not. Wow, it's getting really dark out here, isn't it? That helps a little bit. The yard work. Yeah, my grass is just coming in. I have this grass that you can't overseed without killing it. It goes dormant in the winter time. And once the ground temperature gets, you know, around or above 70 degrees, then it just starts growing like mad. So I have the first cut that I need to do of the year. Coming up tomorrow, I gotta let the grass dry a little bit from the watering that I've done throughout the week. But I'm looking forward to having some green grass for the next couple seasons, but not looking forward to having to cut it every week, that's for sure. And there's still some weeds that I need to pull out there in the grass too. I can't use the weed killer on it because the dog has free reign whenever she wants to go out and let herself out to potty or whatever. And Roundup and herbicides and stuff like that, they tend to be delicious for dogs for whatever reason and can really mess them up. So yeah, my back is not looking forward to all the weed pulling or pushing around that mower, but at least it'll look nice out there, yeah? Okay, let's see here. Heading back to the inn for some food and some rest. Let's see, 7 o'clock. I think I can stop by Arcadia's Cauldron and get a potion. Karin J is not the pious type, as I've mentioned. He's not religious at all, so he's I mean, technically, game mechanics-wise, he can pray at an altar and get free disease cleansing, but that's not really his style. He's more likely to go buy a potion than he is to worship some deity, I think. Right now, he is worshiping the deity of fame and fortune. Oh, we do have to get back into our city clothes, though, that's for sure.
Got a pretty full stock of potions and alchemy reagents. You look rather pale. Could be ataxia. It's quite a problem back home in Cyrodiil.
Yeah, actually, that is the one time that she has ever been accurate about an ailment on one of my characters. That is funny, actually.
Take a look.
Actually, yes, I do need a potion of cure disease, please. Well, that was kind of a hefty price to pay for that, that's for sure. Do I have anything to sell here? Not really.
Come back anytime if you need.
Could be ataxia. And it is ataxia.
Remedy.
I guess the sun shines on a dog's ass once in a while? Is that the saying? Broken clock is right twice a day?
Foolish old woman. You know nothing. Nothing of our struggles, our suffering.
Nothing? And what of my son, What of Thorald? Is he nothing? So
What were you guys doing in the bushes over there, huh?
Your son chose his side, and he chose poorly.
Playing a little
Now
grab
he's
ass?
gone. Such is the way of war. The sooner
Trying
you
on
accept
each other's
his
helmets?
loss, the
Wink,
better.
wink.
I will never accept his death.
You guys holding hands now?
My son still lives. I feel
Oh,
it in my
behave.
heart. So
Okay,
tell me,
I gotta stop
Battle
harassing the
Boss,
guards.
where
They're
is
a lot stronger than I am.
Where are you holding my Thorald?
Do you believe this old hag? Holding him? Why, I've got him in my cellar. He's my prisoner.
Ugh.
Face it, Cal. Your stupid son is dead. He died a storm-cloaked traitor.
These guys are a couple of dicks.
Best keep your mouth shut before you suffer the same.
Come on, Father. There's nothing more to be said here.
Oh, hello. What's your name?
If you're looking for the court wizard, I'm not him. Farengar is the one you want. If you wish to speak with him, you'll find him somewhere in the general direction of boredom.
Watch out for shield
Now,
maidens.
if you'll excuse me, there's this invention called wine that requires my immediate attention.
Ha! I love wine. I'll leave you to it.
Away with you.
Way with me. But I'm going to the same place. This is going to be awkward, Lucian. Alright, you guys. He's an expert at harassing old ladies, but he is a total novice at using doors, apparently.
One more song. What say you? Yeah? All right then.
Ooh, we got competition here, Lucian.
Oh, there once was
So
a
have you
hero
spoken to
named
that man
Ragnar
from the
the
Bard's
Red who
College?
came riding to Whiterun from
No,
old
not
Rorik's
yet.
stead.
But I will.
And the braggart did
I just
swagger and
haven't
brandish his blade as
gotten
he
around
told
to
of
it
bold
yet.
battles in
Oh,
gold
John,
he had
stop
made.
doubting.
I love John's
You know
hair
you have
in
to
this,
go.
with these overhauls. It's very Viking.
Met the shield maiden Matilda who said,
You mean you won't forget about
Awesome.
me the moment I'm out of sight? Get your
Okay, okay.
What you need? How about chopping up some wood for the fires?
No thanks. That does not sound like my kind of thing at all, but I would like a refill of water.
Of course.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't either there, Simon. What's the word about
I
town?
assume you saw the Gildergreen? Big tree, all burnt up, in the middle of the Wind District. It's part of the Temple of Kinnareth. People want Danica to do something about it, but I don't know what they expect.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah. If we can get some recognition for it, maybe we'll look into it, but we have some other things on our plate at the moment. First of which is getting some sleep, so how about a room?
Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
And we'll just make believe that she told us where the room is, and we can find it ourselves. So, I know where it is, thanks.
I understand.
Whoa.
And the braggart named Ragnar was boastful no more.
What, you've never seen an Argonian before?
Ugly red head rolled around on the floor.
Yeah, we're lizard people. We have scales and horns. You can close your mouth. Oh. Actually, it looks like he's gawking at Holda's breasts. Carry on, carry on. It's only 7. We'll go ahead and wait a couple hours here. We should be well fed and watered at this point, so sleep another 10 hours. Karin J is a heavy sleeper. He needs his beauty rest, being a showman and all that. Got to look pretty for his audience.
I ain't asking.
Dirty old racist at the bar, for sure. Something tells me Skyrim has no shortage of dirty old racists. Skyrim and Scotland, apparently, huh?
Better not get me sick.
I mean, to be honest, Arizona's probably not much better. Probably been to family holiday dinners that would make some dirty old racist drunk blush. Okay, so now we're going to head off to Rhetoron's retreat, and we're going to retrieve this sword, and I think that'll be it for this stream. Hopefully we survive. Although Karin J has been remarkably resilient, I gotta say. Ooh, this is not good weather for my fine clothes here. Let's put on the armor. All you can do is be one of the good ones. Correct, correct. And hope it catches. I do try to gently educate people on the better ways now and then, but really try my best not to engage in argumentative conversations
as much as I love
about
a
it.
good storm, I usually prefer to appreciate them from indoors.
I agree, Lucian, but we have work to do, and we only have about 15 minutes left on this stream, so we're going to do our best to get this sword, come rain or shine. Speaking of shine, let's get some lantern going. You've given people a bollocking for being awful. Oh, I'm going to use that phrase. It's a good one. I actually got to check at the local community college and see if they offer any like introductory courses on the Scottish dialect. Because it does have a lot of charm to it, that's for sure. I hear wolves, Lucian. How about you? And I'm not going to punch them. Well, Simon, between you and Haggis Hunter and a co-worker who is Scottish, I have, you know, gotten to the point where I can at least understand most of what you guys are saying at any point. Not all of it at all points, but, you know, oh shoot, is that an assassin? Really harassing that crab? I don't like it. Let's see if we can placate her. Can't reach. Well, the assassin can't figure out how to step up on top of that embankment there, so probably not going to give us too much trouble, I'm guessing. Probably famous last words there, but... crap. You know what, Lucian? I don't want to come out of Rhetoron's retreat and forget about her. So I'm thinking maybe it's best to take care of her now. What do you think? Do I have any poisons or anything that I can use? This is kind of scary. The assassin, looks like the mud crabs took her down to 50%, but the assassins in this game, especially at lower levels, are quite... quite powerful. So this is...
That was uninvited. No more.
Well, of course it's not invited, but neither is your presence.
Another fight.
Oh, the mud crab is still alive. I thought you killed it. Stay away. I don't know how long this is going to last. This feels like a really, really bad idea. Lucian, you ready? Okay, those mud crabs can be deadly too at legendary difficulty. Alright. I don't know how well this is going to go, but we're going to have to confront this situation sooner or later, so...
Never should have come here.
At least she doesn't have her weapons drawn yet, and I do... Okay. Well, that wasn't so bad. Worried way too much about nothing there. This is better than our current gear, and it's a little more stylish, but it's really not very bardic, is it? The poison we can use. We can sell this stuff off, though. Okay, alright. It's not nearly as bad as what I had feared. Nice shot with that staff, by the way, Lucian. Oh, how'd you get all the way over there so fast? Okay, well, at least he won't get stuck anywhere, because now we can use that resonance sphere to... Got some weird pop-in on these trees here. That's interesting. We can teleport him back to where we need to be. Now, I don't remember if Karin-J is Dragonborn or not. But we are running Thunderchild. And we do have a speech build going on here, so doing some shouting is probably on the docket at some point. Okay. Last deadly encounter of the stream coming up here, Rhetoron's Retreat. It tends to be quite small, but in that last little area with the bandit chief, it can be
Banditry doesn't seem
quite hard to deal with. Especially now that we don't have Belrand to lean on. Oh, we never cured our disease, did we? It's just lockpicking, but still.
As the stories make it out to be.
Alright, deep breath. Here we go.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
same
Am I
with
in the
me,
way?
Simon.
Thank
It's
you
in like...
so much for asking so politely.
Oh, geez, shut up. Not you, Simon, Lucian. Yeah, I have it in every single one of my mod lists, my load orders, just because I tend to run like a full Skyrim suite. But so many of my characters end up either not being Dragonborn these days, or it's so much of a lower priority that we never end up getting to it. But this being a speech build, I would like it to get to that point, if we can
Use your smarts, he said.
not do something stupid and kill ourselves here.
That's the real art. No rough stuff. Just
I'm gonna split your belly like an old woman's purse!
Alright, Dodgy Lizard. The Dodgy Loot Lizard. Full name, Loot Careful Lizard. Alright, got anything good? Take your bracers. Not gonna skin the dog. Ah, good evening. The second Scott in the stream. Welcome, Haggis. I think I keep catching you right at around dinner time for you. And then I end up having to end the stream like 5 minutes after you've joined. This is our last dungeon for the stream, unfortunately. We're creeping up on 3 hours here. He might be second on stream, but he's the first Scott. Indeed, indeed. He's Scott Prime. And we got another dude who joins us every once in a while named Scotty JL. But he's not Scottish. I think he lives in New York. Or in the New York area, anyway. Okay. The tactic I'm using here is trying to get the regular bandit out of the way before the chief is engaged. Okay. Let's see if we can use Lucian as a meat shield here. The ice is slowing her down, which is great. Stun lock her. Okay, she really hates us for some reason. Yeah, get her. Okay. Alright, well that was well done. Oh wow, look at her. That is so cool. I wonder what caused that. Ouch. I know, right?
Ow, ow.
It's the delayed zippity zap. That must be frozen electrocuted combustion, but I don't remember seeing the skeleton as part of the electrocution effect. Oh, that was so cool. I love that. It's a great mod, Simon. I love that. And now she's a little singed. Yeah, frozen electrocuted combustion is one of those mods that I wasn't able to run for so long because I refused to update my Skyrim EXE. So I couldn't... Ooh, the Trident Blade. That looks pretty cool. That looks flamboyant enough to wield for a bard, I think. I think I'll have to take that on. Now watch me die to this trap after all that. Yeah, that went really well, I think. That was tough, but we got through it. Circlet of Death Ward. Take 8% less damage from attacks when your health falls below 25%. I think if my health is below 25%, that 8% damage reduction is probably not going to do a whole lot. Minor Alchemy, we can definitely use that. And we're not going to use it, but we can sell that off. And a treasure map. Definitely treasure map is our kind of thing. Okay, we got a skill book here too. Sneak. We don't really use sneak, but I'll gladly take the level.
These people live like animals.
Right? It's awful. That staff suits him really well. I'm glad I gave that to him. Oh, I don't want the cabbage. I want the potion. Okay, well that went really well. Yeah, that natural Argonian agility is kind of paying off for us a little bit. All right, so we made it through day 3. I am honestly quite surprised that our resilient loot lizard here is living so long, especially seeing as how we had a Breton knight that was slaughtered by some ghostly wolves and gore, and we had a Nightblade Assassin orc, which was looking quite unstoppable for a while, ended up getting blown up by his own zippity-zap. Now we have this Argonian bard here that started off very underpowered, and now he's making it to day 4. That is quite impressive. You know, Karanjay, the loot lizard, is growing on me a little bit. I can't help but root for him. You know, if we're being honest, most of my characters kind of grow on me a little bit, and I tend to see them as more than just avatars on a screen at some point. But, yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with this character, and, you know, coming up with unsavory names for his songs has been a blast as well. We had, Juric gave me a rear lick that we played earlier on in Winterhold. We got a whopping 9 gold from the patrons there. Bunch of cheapskates. But that'll continue to get better as our skills improve, I think. But yeah, this has been a lot of fun, like always. I always look forward to streaming and hanging out with you guys and trying not to die.
It must take a lot of bad stuff to drive a person to banditry.
Let's see, was meant to be on the 5th, but the location didn't suit me. Luckily, I pass a vaccine center on my way to work every day, and so got it changed to go there for tomorrow. Oh, nice. First jab, huh? Yeah, so, yeah. A few more weeks, you should have that sweet, sweet immunity, right? Making you play more cautiously? Yeah, and I think... Okay, so my thoughts on it are that, you know, permadeath and gaming the system and thinking about meta and everything actually isn't completely at odds with roleplay, because you're forced to contemplate these combat situations a little more seriously, where I think that actually aids roleplay quite a bit, because if you were actually in Skyrim in these situations, you probably wouldn't be running in guns blazing all the time to these bandit encounters and these zombie encounters and stuff. You'd probably be very careful. And I think it also does force me to play more slowly, and I think that these BGS games are best enjoyed at a leisurely pace, which is a quote that I lifted from Sorcerer Dave on his channel. He has some great roleplay Let's Plays in Oblivion and some Skyrim and a bunch of other stuff. So I really like the pace that he used for a lot of his Let's Plays, and that's something that I try to adopt with this. And I feel that the constant danger and tension of a permadeath actually kind of aids in a slower paced roleplay than it is at odds with it. Of course, you're always at the risk of losing a beloved character at any second, but you know, with the restart-itis that a lot of us have, that's not necessarily the worst thing in the world, right? Okay, so yeah, thanks again for everybody joining. Sorry, Haggis, I wish we would have had more time to hang out with you, but yeah, we're right at the 3-hour mark here, and this is usually where I try to put a lid on it. Successful so far for the lizard, indeed. Alright guys, so thanks for joining once again. Until next week, take care, be well, see you then.